I've been in AI, in the AI space since a year ago, where everything came out with ChatGPT. I'm like, what? Because I'm a big fan of being tactical with my time. And so what I just showed you, which was an extremely descriptive bio of you.
Yeah.
What I would have done was taken that and said, okay, now please take all of what you just told me and put it into talking points for a 1-hour podcast.
I mean, that was unbelievable. That was the coolest thing.
I'm happy to help, like with your team or with you. Just hit me up and go, hey, I have this going on. How can I leverage AI to help me with this upcoming event that I'm speaking at, or this upcoming guest that I have on my podcast? And I'll share with you whatever I can do.
Gosh, you're amazing. I mean, that was so cool. You literally just like said, tell me about Natasha Graziano.
That's it.
And it was just like, #1, this magazine. Now I was like, yo, that was the coolest intro ever. Like AI introducing me was just.
And it is something that it shows, to your credit, your thumbprint, your fingerprint on the social media landscape, that you've put so much content out there that it's discoverable by artificial intelligence.
Unbelievable.
Because there's a lot of people, all due respect, that have a bigger name than you, that if you put their name in, it's half of what just was said.
Isn't that funny?
So that's the part where it's just like Google. If you Google yourself, you want to see a bunch of stuff first page. If you ask AI about yourself, the longer it's talking about you, the better.
Wow.
And the more it can be structured into talking points for if you want to give a talk, if you want to write another book, if you want to do whatever.
God, that's so perfect. I'm going to definitely be using that. I had no idea that it was so deep, in fact, that it could give you so many citations.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Specific, factual, quantifiable citations. It's not opinionated. It's going off of, it's scrubbing the internet, but presenting it in a very warm, sticky, digestible way.
Wow.
And I have a female voice. That's all. I built that all in.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Because that was very personalized.
Of course, be female. I would date her if she was a leggy blonde with a thigh gap about 5'9", age appropriate. Oh, I'd date her in a second.
Oh my God, I love that. Do you know what's so funny? Is people are falling in love with the AI. This is actually a thing. The movie Her is literally that. Like, and I can see
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, the way the movie's going. I was with Will.i.am recently. He came on my show and we spoke and we're friends. And he said, you know what? He said, eventually, that's the way the world's going. Everybody is going to have an AI. And people are going to go home and say, Mom, Mom, I want to introduce you to my girlfriend. And that you're going to show them your phone and this is my girlfriend. Like, this is my AI. Like, that's the way the world's going.
Something that you should be looking at right now, that I've talked to other people at your level, is, I say, just as a friend, consider me like your non-creepy uncle.
Sweet.
That's just because my thing is, I want to help.
Yes.
I expect nothing in return.
Yes.
I want to make your life better.
Yes.
I sleep better at night that way. I'm a better dad to my kids that way. Right?
It's beautiful.
And that's how I'm launching this thing and building my audience. It's just, I want to help.
Yeah.
With my almost 54 years of whatever I've learned.
It's amazing.
And to do that is you're breathing rarefied air when you help. And my biggest recommendation to you now is you want to start making relationships with people in the AI space to say, how can I license me? How can I license where if somebody wants me to talk on something, maybe it's an AI version of Natasha, and they've already filmed you, they've already taken all the angles, they've had you read certain stuff so that you can deploy you, an AI avatar of you. That's why like SAG had the big strike, actors are up in arms over this thing, but harness it like Bruce Willis before he got sick, made a license agreement that you can go ahead and use his likeness in AI for anything in the future.
Wow.
Because movies are going to start to come out where it's going to be not that actual person showed up, it's them in AI.
Wow.
You won't know the difference. There's going to be a disclaimer that's going to show up to say, part of Natasha's appearance in this show is formulated and generated by AI. Disclosure.
Very true. It's the way it's going.
But it's still you, and it's still all your talking points, because eventually it's going to go through every video you've ever spoken in, everything you've ever published on the internet, any book, anything at all. It's going to be a sponge and then go ahead and put you out again moving forward with your approval. And you don't have to be in 17 places at once.
I would absolutely approve of that. Then I can be on tour. You can put me in Brazil. I can speak in Indiana. All at the same time.
Yeah.
I just be on like 50 stages and go out there. I love that.
Honey bunny. And that's the direction. If you have people on your team in the digital space,
yes,
have them reach out to me. I'll just be like, they got to do this, this, and this. This is what she should be doing.
Wow.
And I'm happy to help.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
It is. Okay. So let's get to you, my love, because you're like, if the Spice Girls had a love child, it's you.
We're the second person to say that in one day. Not the love child. Yes, somebody said, you are like a motivational Spice Girl.
You're just, your energy, like, it's like good things come in small packages. And pound for pound, you are the most positive person that I've ever met in my entire life.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you exude it through your pores. And your success it's real. It's genuine. And for people that don't know that are watching this, Natasha is someone that when you speak with her, like we go back and forth on WhatsApp stuff, you're good because it's not text, you use your voice.
Yes.
It's you.
Yes.
And you can't replicate that really, not yet with AI, but it's right now, I get to hear the sincerity of your voice.
Yes.
Like this has been a tough week for me with my mom passed away in February and her birthday was on Monday. You left me one of the nicest messages, the nicest message of that day. Like, and we never even met yet in person. I had people reach out to me, but not a voice text saying, she's proud of you. It made me sob. Happy tears. Like it was cathartic for me in my healing process and journey of being raised by a single mom who worked a lot, wasn't perfect, but did the best she could.
Wow.
And her last 6 months of her life were not good with dementia. I was flying out to Tampa every other weekend from here to take care of her. Got her out here in a wonderful facility. Within 3 weeks, she passed away.
Wow.
And it was like, but I was there at the very end. Yeah. My kids were there a week before.
Wow.
My ex-wife was there the day of.
Wow.
And so you somehow sympathize with me at a level because you can connect with people.
Yes, that's what life's about.
When did you learn you have this spidey sense to connect with people?
So I learned very early on, in fact. I was one of 5 kids, and I knew that you had to use your voice to get food, basically. You had to use your voice to win in a family like that. I was the oldest of 5. And then I started to realize if I used my voice in the right way as I got older, I would actually be able to add value to people's lives. Now, it didn't all start there. I went through a very interesting and crazy story with huge rock bottoms multiple times that led me to using my voice more, which was great. I thought I wanted to be a singer for a long time, and I still have a passion for music, big time. And I would go out there and I would sing, and then I thought, well, actually, I want to help people, but I didn't feel worthy of it. And suddenly in my life, I found myself disconnected from the world. So the opposite of what you see now. And I was at my lowest point. I was miserable. I was depressed. I was in hundreds of thousands of debt. And then it got worse. I was suicidal. I had an illness and I didn't know how to get out. And when you're in a place which is so low, when you're in a place which is like rock bottom in every area, it becomes very hard to do anything but look inward, because looking outward is so shite. Looking outward is so low that the only place you can turn is inward. And I had alienated myself from the world, and I started to redesign my life. And I started to script, and I wrote down a new story about myself with the people that would be in my life, the events I would do, the person I would become. And I rebirthed Natasha Graziano. I had a different name then. I rebirthed this new girl. And as I rebirthed her in the paper, it started to come to life. It didn't matter whether it was true or not. It mattered whether I believed in it. And then I started to say, I feel this connection to the world. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to reconnect to the world. And then I realized that relationship is key. Your network is your net worth. Every person that I would encounter anywhere, I would recognize that they have value in my life for a reason. So I would come across somebody and know, wow, I'm going to learn something from this stranger. Yeah. Every person we encounter is going to teach us something. Every person we come across is going to add value in some way. It was not a fluke. And you have to just wait for that moment. And then I started to realize connection is everything. Relationship is everything. So I reached out one day to Dave Meltzer, actually. And I said, I saw he was in the self-development space. And I said, I would love to have you on my show. At the time, I didn't have a podcast as such. It didn't go out on any of the platforms. It just was on my Instagram. And I had a, 500,000, maybe 750,000 following at the time. Nothing like I have now, but it was, it was nice. And I said to them, I said to him, I'd love to bring on the show. And he said, sure, I'd love to. I said, you can promote whatever you want. He was the first person that said yes. Because he said yes, Jim Quick said yes. All the way up to 150 guests later, up to now, will.i.am, Steve Aoki, Ja Rule, Adrian Grenier. The list is phenomenal of who's been on my show. That's how it began. And that is all through connection.
It is something that most people look past because they're always looking inward.
Yeah.
They're always looking at their imperfections.
Yeah.
They are harboring resentment against somebody and they can't let it go. And the faster you can move past that and look at the goodness in other people.
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless, romantic, and optimistic person.
Oh, so am I.
Right? Big optimist. And so I teach that to my kids.
Yes.
There's whatever you see on social media, whatever you see and people talking, most people are good.
Yes.
If you are broken down on the side of the road, someone's going to stop and help you usually.
Yeah.
And that's almost anywhere in the world. Someone's going to stop and help you because people are inherently good. And as soon as a person, we can get to that point where we are looking to share with zero expectations of reciprocity and that we can help. Bless you.
Sorry.
That is the most adorable little sneeze I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, usually it's really loud and people are like, it's the biggest sneeze I've ever seen. But anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And okay, but now you've got me off because my ADHD. What did you do last night?
Last night, I was speaking at McLaren at the event.
How'd that go?
Fantastic. I spoke there at Mark Wahlberg's event. It was phenomenal.
Great.
Damian Lewis and Jabari, the new Fresh Prince. Phenomenal people. It was amazing. And now I'm off to Red Bull to go and make another appearance tonight at the official, the qualifier was last night. Tonight's
a race.
Yeah, tonight's a fucking real
tonight's
thing.
A goddamn big thing.
I know. Oh my God.
It's this coming here and Vegas, like we're used to stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to explain to people, this puts us on a global stage.
Yes, it does.
And yes, people have seen like come here for concerts and all that, but this gives us global credibility as the sports entertainment capital of the world.
It does.
And there's been some hiccups with, it's a 10-year contract, but they can get out after 3 years is how F1 has it scheduled. From what I've heard from people in the know. And so if this year's a shit show, you get a pass with manhole covers, fucking up Ferraris and everything else that happened, which is wild.
What the fuck?
That was wild.
Wild.
When that happened, like $50 million car. Goodbye.
Wait, just taken out like that?
Yeah, because, and again, reverse engineer everything, Natasha. It's somebody making $20 an hour, not happy with their job, and their job is to secure all the manhole covers on the F1 track, and they just were like, fuck it, I'm not going to do a couple of them, or just did a half-assed job. That's exactly what happened. Someone didn't do their job because they weren't confident, comfortable enough with who they are to have ownership.
Well, that happens in life all the time.
To have pride of ownership in who they are, which happens right in life.
It does.
All the time.
People are just not proud of what they are and they don't feel it's connected to their purpose.
The worst people are the ones that, like, if you're talking to somebody and they're bringing up drama that happened in their life 10 years ago.
Yes.
But that chapter's closed.
Completely done. Well, that's the thing. People show up. So they're like, I'm a coach, right? And I look after some amazing people, some of which I've mentioned. And they'll show up. They'll be like, oh my God, my mother did this to me, or my father did this to me, and somebody did this to me. And I'm like, sweetie, how long are you going to live in the past with them exactly dictating it? Are they going to stay in the past? Are you going to stay in that mentality? Because by the way, they're now stealing your future.
I say this to all my friends that come in, or friends of mine that are the double-edged sword of being on social media and have stuff go viral, is you're the one that gives permission for people to offend you. Yeah. You're the one. They can't offend you. You're the one that lets them offend you.
You got it.
Big difference. Something else I do with AI, by the way, is if I get a not nice comment to one of my posts, I have the transcript. I take the 30-second short, drop it into Descript as an AI platform, and it pulls the transcript, the text transcript of what we're saying. I use that it builds out all of my headlines or description of the video for YouTube Shorts. ChatGPT with a hook in the beginning to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Wait, so you put the video into ChatGPT?
You take the transcript of what is said in the video. I'll text you the whole thing for you to go ahead and share with your team how to do it.
You're a genius. This is the coolest thing. AI is everything. I love AI.
It is. So what I do now is I'll say, hi, hi, ChatGPT. Here's a transcript of a video that I did.
Yeah.
Here's a not nice comment that was said about the video. Create 5 funny replies.
Wow.
Humor is the greatest way to disarm a hostile conversation and environment. And 99.9% of the people that are coming at you with negativity are fighting a war or a battle that you want nothing to do with. And the target's over here, you're just in the way of their message. And there's been times now that something funny has been created by ChatGPT, or I just come up with something funny to reply back. And they've replied back, go, you know what? That's hysterical. I'm so sorry. You're absolutely right.
How interesting. They turn their perspective
And I've
around.
turned them. That's what if lightning hits me tomorrow and I'm gone, I know I made those people in that instance better.
Wow, that's beautiful. You're right. You have a choice every day of how you're going to react to somebody. Are you going to react or be proactive? Most people react, right? Something happens and we just want to, anger, project. Like in traffic, I watch so many people, as we all do, have road rage, screaming at somebody. What are you doing? Honk, 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 honk. And I sit and I'm like, oh, God, they're so angry with themselves. They needed a vessel to exert that anger out onto. And you were just in the way, like you say, so beautifully. People have these moments and you should pause. One should pause. We are still a work in progress. I still have moments where, I will react and think, oh goodness, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But now I'm like, fuck, I will pause and I go to myself, what a pleasure. Why is this shit show happening in my movie? Why is this happening in my movie? It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. Because every time you point a finger at somebody and say, you're the problem, watch this. 1, 2, 3 fingers are pointing back at who? You. At me, who's the problem? We control our reality.
How do you teach people to control their reality? What do you do?
A lot of mindset work. So I say to people, you can drop me in a jungle, baby, and I'll walk out in a suit. You can take everything from me, but the one thing you cannot take from me, do you love that? He takes off the glasses. For anyone not watching, you should be watching right now.
Oh my God, I love you so much. Okay, keep going. HR appropriate way. I fucking love you so much.
Oh my God, no, I'm 33. I'm totally age appropriate.
Oh, you are age appropriate for me.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I'm like in my 30s.
Sorry to cut you off, but this is my ADHD kicking in. Is in another life, you and I were like together, like Attila the Huns, like generals. And I swear thousands of years ago, you and I were like on horses together, lopping off fucking people's heads together. Like hanging out in a yurt somewhere in like Nepal.
Yes,
smoking opium together. Just like having sex with thousands of people. You didn't care.
Past life.
That past life, like you and I were fucking getting shit done.
Yeah.
Like Conan the Barbarian, like Conan and like the fucking hot blonde that he had with giant swords just fucking people up. That
was the past life.
You are someone that is leading by example.
Yeah.
Right. And it's stuff we'll get into later on. I want to talk later on about how do you have balance and recharge? Because to be on like this, I know for personal experience can be exhausting.
Yeah.
And so to continue down the road though, with how you preach positivity, do you have a certain, not audience, but tribe that's been attracted to you that gravitates to your message that you really just hit a home run with them in nourishing their soul and kind of filling their bucket for the time that they get to spend with you, whether it's in person, where they hear you speak, or online to see some of your stuff? Is there a certain kind of psychological profile of somebody?
I reach people between the ages of, this is vague now, but this is my age bracket, 25 to about 60. That's my bracket of people that really, gravitate to me, male and female. A lot of females, and mixed bag. But I feel like an audience, the psychological profile is someone who's seeking, somebody who is usually accomplished. Usually they're an entrepreneur who has already achieved something brilliant, and they're just building and they've already got money, and they come to me and they're like, I don't have purpose. So they're lost, they're confused, but they want more in their life. Most of the celebrities I look after have great, fame or abundance in their life, but they lack love. for themselves or for somebody else or for a relationship or them. Where next? An entrepreneur came to me the other day, big exit, 850 million. Where now? He said, I feel lost. I don't know what the fuck to do with my days. What now? I said, start again. So he's now rebuilding it. He's another exit in 18 months, but he needs more purpose. That's when I tell him to get into philanthropy. Now go find your real purpose, which is what I do. And I do it already. I'm part of a charity. I sit on the board of a phenomenal charity called Pencils of Promise. And I built my first school last year. And that was so important to me.
That's great.
Part of my purpose. I wake up every day knowing that these children are thriving in the school that I built, knowing that I'm building another one, knowing that I'm doing something great with the money that I earn. And on top of that, the work I'm already doing is helping people in the world. So I'm hitting a home run twice. I'm like, my purpose is so filled up. My cup overfloweth with my mission. I'm just showing up, knowing what my life is. I'm here to make an impact. My mission is to inspire you, someone listening today, to go on and inspire your community, your world, your friends, your family, your people. If I can help one person to go on and inspire their world, they will inspire somebody else. And they will go on and inspire somebody else. And that person will inspire somebody else. And guess what? The whole world is lit up with inspiration. And everybody feels more in alignment. That is why we listen to people like myself, like this wonderful podcast, because we learn from experts. We learn from motivational speakers who are going to show us something greater than what we are currently seeing.
How do you scale your greatness? Because there's only one you.
Yeah, AI.
So I was going to say, because there's either one or two, again, from my just say, like if I was your consultant, I'd be saying, all right, my love, there's two ways we can get your message out more. Yeah. It's either AI or you start training people under you to have the Natasha Graziano School of Positivity or whatever it is, and that they go out. That's a tougher one. AI is the way to go, man.
Totally.
Because then you have complete and utter control of your message, syllable by syllable, frame by frame of the video. It's you.
Love it.
And that is something, if I were you, I'd be balls deep in that fucking area as fast as you can.
Is this what you coach? Okay, so we have to definitely set up a meeting.
I coach now. Like I had a guy, Ali, on yesterday from Sean's podcast. He came in, and again, I just started in January.
Really?
Yeah, I just started doing podcasts in January.
Gosh, you're a natural.
Thank you.
Amazing show. So cool. Such a natural host.
I thank you. That means a lot.
You are.
I love what I do because I have no agenda. Yeah. I'm self-funded. I don't need the money. If somebody wants to sponsor, I'm talking to sponsors now. Okay. I'm not going to say no, but I love the fact that the universe, I'm not a God guy, I'm a universe guy.
Yeah, me too.
I think that there's a board of directors somewhere, like the cantina scene in Star Wars. There's like all these different things around a boardroom. It's a quorum, so 15, 17 people talking about the universe. And that here's Natasha Graziano is this strong, just thundering meteor running through the universe. And here's Jeff Fargo, strong, thundering meteor that's been traveling more and longer and getting up and shaving every day more than this one has. And man, they meet together. And it's a supernova of just greatness and positivity. And how can we help each other? And that's what now I'm launching my own advisory firm by the end of next month that is going to be able to, you want me, we can hop on a coaching call, or I hop on now with really, it wouldn't be you, but your people to say, this is what I've looked at, I've audited it. This is what you got to be doing moving forward. Wow. Let's meet again next month and I'll be your accountability partner and make sure you're doing it right. And so that's what the space I'm organically going into. And now Ali, like I've never been to Bahrain in my entire life, or Abu Dhabi. He now wants me to go to the Middle East with him. I forget, whatever. What's the big, not Abu Dhabi, what's the big city with the highest hotel in the world? Dubai. He wants me to go to Dubai.
I'm going, Christmas. What does he do?
He is a venture capitalist, marketing guy, has sold books, and he's got a guy, he goes over to Dubai like every 3 to 4 months just to do business over there because it's business friendly. You probably know all this stuff already. And I've never been there.
I have many times. I grew up going to Dubai every summer. I love Dubai. People say it's superficial, but I fucking love it. The business is amazing.
Well, that's what... And Atlanta said, he said Tokyo and Dubai, his two favorite places in the whole freaking world. Yeah. And so I go, okay, like I'm down for that. I'm never going to say no to an opportunity. He goes, there's people there I can get you in front of There's people there that I want to come on because it's been very nice. People have said, what can I do for you, Jeff? I go, honestly, like if I want to help you out, fine. But really, I don't care about that. It's find me good people that you know would be a good fit for my podcast.
Yeah.
Because I say
that's
no.
what I did. I introduced.
You introduced me to Atlanta, which we sung your praises.
Oh, I know. That's so sweet.
It was just like, it was, again, it's the good part of people that we hadn't even met yet. And you're reaching out to, to his people, to Sean going, hey, Atlanta needs to come on Jeff's podcast, which I thank you for that.
I'll keep introducing people.
Greatly.
I'm one of these people who like, if I connect with somebody like you, I connected, hence I left you the voice note, which was that day I felt it in my heart. Like if I connect with somebody, I give so much. I open up my world, my books, my little black book of my network. And I start thinking, this person has a platform. How can I help them? Because life is really about our platform. Our platform for somebody could be your network, your 5 people that you speak to every week on Zoom, your 100 people you speak to on Zoom, your social media, the millions of followers, the email list. Everybody has a platform. It could even be your living room with friends that you have over in a dinner party. Everybody has a platform. Yours is your podcast now. And you have, and amongst other things, but you have a place where you can share and add value in the world. Everybody should be thinking, how can I get a best-selling book and how can I add more value in the world? If everybody woke up and thought every day, I want to add value today. What can I do today to go towards that assignment? How can I add value? Every single post that goes up on my social media, across every platform, we think into it. How is this adding value?
Yes.
Is this adding value to somebody's life? And the odd photo will go up of me, but always with a caption that's relevant to the audience. It's never just like, I love wearing blue. That's what I'm wearing today.
Oh my God.
It's never just like, it's fucking, I don't want to talk about the fucking basic bullshit. I'm talking about what is good for your life.
No, and for people that are watching this is what you've got to understand, y'all. Pay attention to these words I'm about to say to you. Don't be overwhelmed with, I've got to write a book. Don't be overwhelmed with, I need to be a public speaker and get TED Talks. Open the door for somebody. Help someone out if you see that they're in need at the grocery store.
Yep.
Like, pay it forward that if you're like at the grocery store, pay for the people's groceries behind you. Just because everybody is fighting a war internally. Everybody. The most balanced people have something going on. You know it. You see it at your level where you've got people that are, exiting at hundreds of millions of dollars, but they're like, now what do I do?
Yep.
I'm bored because they're builders. And they've built it, now what?
Mm-hmm.
And so people need to understand, give yourself some grace. The hardest thing for people I've seen in my lifetime is people taking and accepting and absorbing compliments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I value our friendship greatly. Like you, it's like, I feel like I've known you for my whole entire life. And when you give me compliments, I step back and let them wash over me. So it literally affects every cell of my body and rejuvenates me because I love, honor, and cherish and respect you. And the thing is, again, all due respect, you're stunningly attractive. I want to fuck your brain.
Beautiful.
Your brain is like, Jesus Christ on a popsicle stick, kiddo. Like that's the thing where you're such a good person here first. Here first.
Yes.
And so people need to give themselves grace that when somebody's giving you a compliment, a lot of times they come back with either self-deprecating humor or they deflect and like have like a shield and go, no, my podcast isn't that great. Thanks. You're just being nice. How about shut the fuck up and take the compliment?
Yes.
It's free.
Yeah.
It's positive and it's nourishing your emotional and intellectual battery.
Absolutely.
When people do that, do you see that often in what you're doing, that people have a challenge with accepting positivity?
Yeah, all the time. It's because they don't feel worthy of it. When you get a compliment, most people say, oh, no. Like, Natasha, you're beautiful today. Oh, no. Even I did it this morning. I'm like, no. I look so tired. I'm operating on such a small amount of sleep because I've been at F1. But we all do it naturally. Instead of saying, thank you, that's so kind. But it's because I feel tired that I project back. No, I don't feel it. When somebody says, wow, you are absolutely beautiful. And they're like, no, I'm not. And as kids do it the most. And we all did it growing up. Kids do it the most. It's almost arrogant to say thank you. Which is utter bullshit, because when somebody says you're beautiful or you're excellent at what you do, thank you, it's just gratitude. gratitude for it. So now I know I am worthy of it. So every time I'm out, someone says, your work has changed my life. Or they meet me, bump into me. Oh my goodness, love this. You've changed my life. Help me with this. Thank you. Because I know I have. Because I know I'm worthy of it. And I believe inside of me I'm worthy of it. And I like to spread that message of hope, that message of gratitude. Every day, if we poured that kind of love into our own body, into our own spirit. We filled ourselves up with gratitude, with love for ourselves when we're in the shower. Instead of just showering and thinking about, oh no, what's going to happen in the day? Think about, I love my body. I'm so grateful for my health. I love my life. I'm so grateful. I put my moisturizer on. I'm like, I love you, cells. I love you. My gorgeous DNA. I love you. I love myself. Why not? If you don't fucking love yourself, no one else is going to love you. I exude love. I'm like a walking love machine. Like I make amazing babies. I'm going to make more babies. Like I just love love. That's who I am as a person. You believe in my soul. Like love is the key to all. It's why we're here. We're here to give and receive more love on a huge scale. It all starts from within.
It's something that, and again, when you're on the other side of it, where you are at a point where you can accept love.
Yes.
And you can accept gratitude, you look at other people and you start, I'll help people, but also I draw a line where if I've told somebody 2, 3, 4 times, hey, give yourself some grace, stop. Like I've had people on my pod where if they say something that is, well, I'm the dumbest person in the room. No, you're not. You're the one most eager to learn. Rephrase what you just said.
Wow, that's a great way of rephrasing it. I hear that a lot.
Give yourself the credit to be in the room, because what percentage of the people are doing what you're doing and are not in that room and part of that audience and taking notes? Give yourself the gratitude that you've earned in the actions that you've taken. And they're like, oh my God. So it's happened before on here. I go, please, I'm going to call you out on what you just said. Rephrase what you just said this way and let that wash through every single cell of your body.
Love that.
When you say that, and you can see all of a sudden they're sitting up a little bit more and their posture gets better. The voice inflection becomes more authoritative and confident in what they're doing. 100 years from now, we're all ashes and dust. We're gone. Now the money we've made and all the people that we've taken care of, that will be around. That's the part. My goal is that if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, I don't care about what I've done in terms of financial success. I care about people are coming to my children and saying, hey, I just want to let you know something. Your dad, I met him, blah, 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 blah. We did this together. He made me laugh, or he did this for me with AI, or he helped me out. He was there for me. He didn't even know it, but I was going through this and he reached out of nowhere and made me smile. And I want to let you know that. I want those kind of deposits, emotional deposits to be made in my kids' lives.
So beautiful.
That's how I live my life now.
You know, it's so funny you say this. People never care what you do. It's what you do for them. So when somebody asks me, what do you do? I never tell them, oh, I'm a motivational speaker and best-selling author and I've done a TED Talk and I'm on tour. No, I tell them, I help people to change their lives. You're basically asking me, what can I do for you? You're going to value our interaction within the first 3 seconds of whether I'm going to be valuable in your life. That's why everybody stays around me and then stays longer. They want to extend the conversation to 5, 10, 20 minutes. What do you do? So I help people. And I've read a couple of books you'd love. In fact, I have one right here. My God, I forgot yours. I couldn't believe it. I was rushing out the door. And by the way, thank you for my gorgeous gift. I just want to say that was unbelievable.
You're welcome.
That was such a beautiful touch to the morning, just receiving this huge gift basket personalized by you. I'm so grateful.
Details matter, my dear.
Yes.
And it's a way for me to say thank you for taking time out of your universe with who you are and what you're doing to say thank you for being a part of my universe for an hour out of your life. I have 1,000% feeling there's going to be more of us interacting with stuff after this, but like for me to provide transportation for you to come here, you shouldn't have to worry about that.
So sweet.
You have other stuff going on in your life, and I empathize with you with that because I'm the same way that my time is valuable. It's that balance. Now we're going to talk about of me being the best version of me.
Yes.
And if I know that I'm on a podcast, looking forward to it. All right, this guy's pretty cool, but He's provided transportation for me.
Yes.
So I don't have to go out and wait for Uber.
Yes. Which have been a nightmare while we've been here.
Oh my God. Last night I was
Oh my gosh.
But it was, but also just a little gift saying, and I have a company I use here that what I do is my assistant gives them your socials and they scour through your socials to get a little idea of who you are. And then, I just say that.
You got a little outfit for my Pomeranian. It was so touching. But that is what you mean by leaving a beautiful impact with your children and with the world. Because I would say to them, your father was incredible. That's a beautiful word. Like the way you leave that, it really inspired me actually to then think, how can I leave that long-lasting impression? I do with my work, but go the extra mile with individuals that I meet. Because I reached thousands. I always think about thousands of impact, but how about the individuals? It's just one person.
Hermosi says deliverables. And that's more of a transactional saying, but I look at it more emotional where I want to make as many deliverables to you as possible. With again, I don't care if you take a picture of it and post it. That's not why I'm doing it. I actually don't want you to do that. I want you to enjoy it as a special little thing from me. Because he takes a picture of it ahead of time. I approve it. I knew it was coming. And from Jeff to Natasha, that's it.
So beautiful.
Just for me to take a little moment for you as well to go, I love and appreciate who you are. Thank you so much for coming on my pod. And here you go.
It was so lovely. I was like, this is just such a beautiful touch. And then it led again to another thought of inspiration. I was like, wow. Now in my heart, somebody else does that. Now I want to go out and do an act of kindness. Acts of kindness are infectious. When somebody does something nice for you, it inspires you to go on and do an act of kindness for somebody else. And all of a sudden, again, like the inspiration effect, we are doing an act of kindness, and everybody's day is amazing. And everybody in Vegas is now fucking smiling. How brilliant would that be? Because I opened a door for somebody, because I left a long-lasting impression. It's so easy. You don't need money for that. Give from a place of lack. Wherever you're lacking in life. I remember when I was lacking in debt, looking around me thinking I'm a single mother. How am I going to raise this kid? Like I'm such an embarrassment to him. I want to be a role model to him. And in that moment, I started to give from a place of lack. I started to be the best mother. Even though I was unwell, I started to just feel it. I started to be the best wife, even though I wasn't married anymore. I started to become a giver. I had pennies. I would give them to strangers, homeless people on the street. And they'd look back and be like, ma'am, do you need it? I'd be like, yeah. But I would give, right? Give from a place of lack, because then people are going to give back to you. Naturally, it's the law of reciprocation in the world. You don't do it thinking I'm going to get back. You just give. You keep giving. You keep giving. Writing a new story about yourself, which is, again, what I teach with scripting. You are the director of your movie. You write your character and your script and then become it. You choose that character. It's why I dress how I do. Elaborate as fuck. Unapologetic. Because I'm loud. That's how you see me on social media. It's how you remember me. I'm loud in my character so I can reach your soul because somebody else said the same thing and didn't get through to you. But Natasha Graziano did, and it pierced your soul.
It is something that when you touch somebody's soul, when you pierce their soul, the best thing you can do is keep doing it. You don't sit back and go, oh, I pierced that person's soul. That was wonderful. Because then you go, there's a very high likelihood of things to then subside.
Yeah.
Because you get that like endorphin rush of helping somebody. And you need to immediately look for something else, double down on those feelings.
Yeah.
And look for someone else to help. My biggest thing when I'm now, I've launched my company, I'm already onboarding clients. Knock on wood. It's been a blessing. But I always say, how can I help? What do you need? How can I help you?
Beautiful.
And think about it. Because most people go, oh, no, I'm fine. You're not fine. No one's fine. No one's fine.
So the first thing you said to me, you said, how, like, we're friends now. You're like, how can I help you? It was so beautiful. And I was like, wow, I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. But I never think of actually ever asking anybody, but you really mean it.
I mean it. And I give quantifiable reasons, like, for anyone doing a podcast right now, like I post stuff, I'm the one that posts it, but I have a team that edits all my stuff every day. I launched my YouTube channel in January. I've posted over 300 videos this year alone, short and long form. I post on 13 different social media channels almost every day. I know the ground and pound, like the first 10 minutes of Saving Private Ryan, man. I know it. Fucking storming the Normandy fucking beachhead, man. I know it for podcasts and how to deploy your content. In this country, I think no one knows it better than me at my level. For people that are just getting started, how to leverage AI in what you're doing, podcasts, but in life and in your business. And how can you leverage the power of AI in a great way to make your life better and to give yourself back some time?
Yes, you do. Time is something we cannot buy.
We cannot. And the worst thing ever is, and we've all gone through this, periods of our life where you go to bed at night and Natasha, you're exhausted and you're sitting there going, what the hell did I do today?
Oh, goodness.
Right? Like, what did I accomplish today? I'm exhausted though. You're like a Bugatti Veyron running on 3 cylinders. That's what you are. And that's when you need to put yourself in check and say, what can I do so I put my head on my pillow at night and I'm happy with who I am?
Yeah.
I'm happy with what I did. And it could be just picking up a piece of trash in a supermarket parking lot that you saw there. I do that all the time. And my kids see that, and now my kids are starting to do that.
Wow, that's beautiful.
You know, so it's little things like that is what resonates. And it's that butterfly effect that you need to be kind and you need to be selfless in your kindness. And the biggest thing people struggle with that I've seen is have zero expectations of reciprocity. Like, if you were to come in here today, we had this amazing conversation and you didn't mention the gift or anything at all, I don't care. I still love, honor, and cherish who you are as a person. And whatever I need to do to help you become a better person, like now we're friends. If you've got something going on, it's 3 a.m. and you can't sleep, you got a problem, fucking call me. Text me, go, hey, can you talk? I will part heaven and earth. And even if it's just you say, I just want to talk, I want to vent. Okay, I'll listen. It's fine. Just to be there for you to get that unburden what you're going through.
Wow.
How do you balance what you're doing?
Balance is everything. I mean, you have family, children, partners, career. We have so many things which we have to balance. Travel, leaving the kids. Yeah, there's so many things, including guilt, things, emotions that are triggered around these areas. Most people come to me, a lot of women, and they say, how do you balance your life? Help me to overcome the guilt of leaving my kids. More women than men do that. And that's natural. It's maternal instinct because I'm a mother and because I've been there and, you know, I can explain to people how I do it. Balance for me is showing up wholeheartedly whenever I play each role. When I'm a mom, I'm a mom. When I collect my kid from school, I collect him. We have a snack. Then we hang out for a bit. When I'm with him, it's quality time. When I travel, I'm all in. When I'm on stage, I'm all in. When I'm with my clients, I'm all in. I be the best of what I am when I'm in it. And I make sure I just leave these days in my diary, non-negotiables. You were saying it yourself. You do the exact same. Where it's like, this is me and my kid time. This is me and my son. We're going to hang out and we're going to go to the beach. And it's usually on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. And that's it. We're like, this is our beach time. So today I'm missing my beach time because I'm here working, but I'll give it to him tomorrow. So as soon as I land off the plane, we'll go straight to the beach. So I find ways of scheduling time with my son, with my family, the same way that somebody else would with work. You just have to decide it is a priority to you. What is your highest priorities? What are your highest values? So if you have your highest values as health, every day your health is at the forefront. That's how most of us hopefully see life. Without health, you don't have anything. So health, first of all. Okay, second, family. You know, health, it's all in the same echelon really, but your health is even more important because without that, you can't be in a family. You can't show up. So now I'm like, okay, what can I do with my family? Work, career, where do I go? Friends are really quite far down my list. I know it's controversial. People are saying to me, oh my God, I want to be your friend. Sweetie, I don't have time for new friendships. Let me explain why. Unless we are doing business together, podcasting, building a business, collaborating in any format, whatever that looks like. Unless we are adding value to people's lives, I do no longer have time to sit down and have a real nice lunch with you in a members club and talk shit. No time. People, I want to be my new friend. I'm like, The sad thing is, you're in a queue behind my family, my work, my current friends, my friends I don't get to see for years, and then there's you. Tell me where you think. You're looking at fucking 2026 before we're having lunch. So that's why I don't fuck with it. I don't have time for it. If you are someone I'm dating, best believe we're also doing business. I also don't have time to date somebody who is in a completely different field and cannot collaborate with me. If you and I are going to date, we're going to fuck in business. We're going to do business at such an amazing scale. I'm going to 10x your business, 100x your business. Like I did my ex-husband, I'm going to 100x your business because I'm going to show you how you can grow exponentially. And I'm going to help you get there because it feels good for me. It makes me know like we are doing something amazing. I'm adding value to your life. So balance for me is knowing your priorities. What are my priorities? What are my values? You know, and I know my values. I just stick to it.
I love how you said, you know, even when you're dating somebody, that you're also going to be in business together, because I'm a big believer of opposites attract is bullshit. Opposites attract, what? Like, yes, there needs to be a yin and yang of a relationship.
Yep.
Absolutely. That ebb and flow where it's not 50-50, sometimes it's 90-10, 20-80. Agreed. However, if you don't have the same work ethic, if you don't have the same outlook of positivity or intellectual maturity, which is a big one.
Or spiritual growth.
Spiritual growth, it's like, what do you believe in? And it could be that you believe that trees, whatever, I could pray to a tree. Okay. What is it though that helps define who you are?
Yeah.
And really tell your story, that if somebody goes on ChatGPT and says, tell me all about Natasha Graziano. And next thing you know, for the next 3 minutes, like that was the best one I've ever pulled so far was on you. You're welcome. And that people should be looking at, not Google yourself, but now with AI, go into ChatGPT, they have the voice mode and say, tell me all about Jeff Fargo. And look at yourself, because that's how you're perceived by the world.
Yeah.
And if you're in business, you better have more than 30 seconds that artificial intelligence has to talk about you. Anything less than that, you haven't made enough connections to celebrate who you are, to be documented on social media and on the internet, which is where you have to be these days. If you're not there, you're done. I tell people all the time, if you're not in artificial intelligence all in right now, Amazon distribution center is hiring. Costco's hiring. Off you go. I wish you well, but don't play in my space. And whatever, if you're sitting on that side of the table from me, well, I don't know, with AI, fuck off. There's the door. Like we have nothing to talk about right now because you have a fixed mindset.
Right. And not a growth mindset.
I'm growth mindset all day.
Absolutely. A fixed mindset of people who are like stubborn, unwilling to grow, not ready to look at the future. AI, what the fuck, scared of it, doesn't exist. Let me tell you, the guy in the horse and cart who was going along, if he'd sat, of course he sat there, the car, the wheel, the next thing, terrified it was going to take from him. Your joy is not my lack. Your joy means, wow, I'm going to win more. Yes, you've shown me it's possible to win more. You've made it possible. You've paved the way for success. The first podcaster, the guy before it who was on the radio, whatever it was, do you think he sat and looked at the podcast? Of course, he was nervous. Whoa, what is that? Terrified, jealous, fixed mindset, closed mindset. Hello? There are 2.5 million podcasts right now. Might have even gone up a bit. 2.5 million podcasts. So what do you mean? You just opened a door for the rest of the world. It's the same thing. Fixed mindset, you'll just stay where you are. You won't grow. An open growth mindset means you're open to new ways. You're open to inspiration. Your life is going to change for the better. You're going to receive abundance in every area because you are opening your mind. You're willing to learn and grow. I hang out with my godfather, really amazing figure in my life, Larry Namer. He's the founder of E. He's the exec producer on something we're creating right now, a show. And he said to me, well, actually, I said to him, I said, you hang out with a lot of young people. I was like, a lot of young people. And he said, you know why? I said, why? He said, because I learn more from them than I do the old folk. And he's 75. He's like, I learn more from all of you youngins than I do from my other friends. Because I'm wanting to know who the latest artist is, who the latest rappers are, who the latest painter is, who the latest creators are, content creators, who the latest AI people are. What is the latest thing? And everything he does. He comes to me, he's like, okay, I've got this amazing app. He speaks like a 20-year-old.
Awesome.
Better than that, because he's just coming out constantly with, try this. Oh my God, this is an amazing app. This can recreate you. Do this, do that. Amazing. That is the kind of people you want around you. The growth mindset.
It is something that I learned it before. I used to play golf a lot. I haven't played now in years, but I always would play golf with people better than me because I could learn how to read a putt or, your swing speed and how to rotate your hips to come around, to start your swing to come around on the ball. But I'd always play golf with guys or girls better than me. And I never forgot that. And I have done that now in my life. I'll do it forever. I don't care how much money you have in your bank account. I don't care your gender. I don't care your feelings on politics or religion or anything like that. If you're better in something and I admire that and I'm going to grow in that area, I'm a sponge. And I don't care if you're 20 years old. I'm a sponge around you. I'm going to ask questions and questions and questions and soak that up and have that nourish me. And that is the most selfish thing I can do. And I love it. It's what you said was it's just beautiful that he's doing that because he'll live to be 105 because of that energy.
I know. That
just keeps going. And you surround yourself with people. Now there's this generation of younger people coming up, that are 20s and 30s that are just dialed in.
Oh, absolutely.
And dialed in with transparency of their feelings, and they're not afraid to show it. There's so many people now because of cancel culture and being ridiculed, and they have low self-esteem. They're afraid to bare their souls.
Well, the whole woke thing, there's people who are scared to fucking say anything now.
And which I don't give a fuck. I say my thing.
I'm unapologetic about what I am. I don't talk about politics. I don't really talk about religion. I fucking don't talk about geography because I don't know where the fuck we even are in the world. Like, literally. I don't know where Vegas is on a fucking map. Like, literally. Is this a state or a country? I have no fucking idea. But
I love you so much.
But I also don't go there. It's just like, I just don't. Like, I know that where I'm from is a tiny little island on the other side of the world, whether it's east or west. I just know, like, it's somewhere. Like, it's confusing. We live in a circle. Like, when you're in a circle, it's like constantly rotate. I don't know. Anyway, I was adding something you were saying. Neuroplasticity is happening until the day we die. Neuroscience suggests that neuroplasticity is happening until the day we die. What does that mean? That means that your brain and your neural pathways are constantly evolving and strengthening if you are using them until the day you die. Most people say, oh, I can't learn a language. Well, it's harder after the age of 25. However, you still can. Oh, well, what do I need to learn now? No. The more you learn, the more you soak up, the more you put yourself out there to learn a new skill, learn a new mindset, learn something you love. Continue learning and growing. Neuroplasticity is happening. You're strengthening new neural pathways in your brain. Your synaptic connections are all coming together. And you are extending your life. You are keeping your brain alive. People die when their brain dies.
It is something that I saw it with my mom passing away. She gave up. And the final 6 months of her life was in bed watching Fox News. And that's it. Just laying in bed all day long. And she laid in bed for so long, her body, started getting UTIs and it was getting dementia from UTIs. And I was flying out there every other weekend, had to get her in a hospital.
Wow.
Because there's dog and human feces and urine all over her house in Florida because she was letting the dog out, because she was just laying in bed and she had dementia so bad that she was just thinking everything was fine and everything is normal. And I had to fight with her to get her to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And she'd go to the hospital, become well, with 2 or 3 weeks of rehab, go back home, go off her meds. Immediately it'd happen again.
Yeah.
And I watched that and I'll never forget that. And I love her and miss her terribly. However, I will never live that way.
No.
And more importantly, I teach my kids not to live that way, to be stagnant with who you are physically and mentally. You need to always be challenging yourself. Could be a little bit. If you're having a bad day, take a nap and then get up and go for a walk or work out or read a book.
Yeah.
But do something every day that helps you evolve as a human being. And again, it could be just being nice to somebody. Put yourself in a position where you're actively looking to be nice. I walk all the time and my neighborhood's awesome. I say hi to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever. Don't care if they say anything back. I have a thing now I challenge myself because sometimes I'm walking and kids are going from or coming back from school and they're all like their electric scooters and flying by as fast as they can the walking trails. I always say hi to them. And I now I'll see a kid that for 4 or 5 times will ignore me, but that 5th or 6th time I'll wave and say good morning and he'll wave back to me.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
And especially with kids these days, I know that there's a war or a battle that young man or young woman is fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And for that brief second, for them to have warmth and kindness with no agenda from somebody just walking the other way on a trail, just to wave and say good morning.
Absolutely.
All
somebody
the
cares.
time I do that I actually, for that brief second that's right there, I care about that person.
Yeah.
And if that person was to stop, let's talk.
Yes.
Let's have a conversation. It's okay. And we need to get out of ourselves. We're so consumed with, this with social media. You look at other people and what they're posting and you're comparing yourself to them. And no. Celebrate who you are. You have such greatness inside of you. Don't let someone else define your greatness, ever. Let them contribute, let them motivate and inspire, but don't let them define. They don't have that right. Only you have the right to define who you are.
Absolutely. We are the dictator of our lives. We are the script writer, like I said before. It's our choice. People will stick labels on you all the time. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, all over us. And what happens is we let the labels stick. What I teach people to do is rip off that Band-Aid, rip off that sticker, that label, take it off, put them away. Now, get a Post-it note and physically write all the things that you are, that define you: empowered, loved, inspirational, kind, magnetic. Stick them to you. Literally walk around your house and every time you pass the mirror, just see those words, wear them. There's science experiments that show that when you stick on a bottle of water labels of I love you, the formulation in the crystals in the water are perfection. The geometry in the crystals are perfection. The same way if you tell that bottle of water, I hate you, you stick a nasty word on it. They've shown, you can see all of this online. Don't take my word for it, go have a look. The formulation of the crystals are a mess, disintegrated all over the place. It feels it. We are water. We are 70% and more water. Isn't that amazing? That's why we have to drink so much water. You're literally like pushing out the old, drinking in the new, pushing out the old, drinking in the new, fluid. You know, people always say, drink water. As soon as anything, the first thing people say to you is drink loads of water. It's such a natural reaction because we know it's a humane thing. We just know it's innate within us. It's the same way. Flush out the emotion and the things people stick to you. They don't dictate who you are. You decide who you are. Do you believe what they're saying is the choice?
I fucking love you. I love how you are so good intellectually. Again, your brain is, I'm loving it. Is that, I'm not blowing smoke up your skirt. Like, I'm just fucking calling it like it is. That when the way your delivery, like Obama got elected because he was like the Southern Baptist minister, you know, yes, we can. And he got elected for that.
Yeah.
Your next level, and in my opinion, as an outside observer, as your friend, your delivery, the cadence of your voice, and more importantly, when you finish a thought, you end it where your voice is going down. The timbre of your voice is declining to add more emphasis on what you're saying.
Yeah, voice intonation. People always ask me, have you been trained? I'm like, no, I'm a motivational speaker. It was within me. I know, I watch the greats, but I watch how when they're going big, they're out here. And when they're telling you another secret or something really personal, they come right in close, whether it's the microphone or leaning into the audience. And you avoid talking at one tone like this. If you keep talking at one tone like this, it's really boring and nobody can actually pay attention. People fall asleep and they walk out the room. So you have to learn to engage. I watch this when I'm in a group of people or even on a stage and I see people like moving around. I start to use my voice and then I take it low. I pause. And there's a silence and everyone looks around. People are uncomfortable in the pauses in life. People find discomfort in a pause. I embrace it. Like, okay, now I have you. Now are you really ready? Now take the fucking seat and get ready. Get your notepad out. Like I hope you've done with this episode today and take notes. And then you just learn to use, I train people on this. I'm out here with the Selling Sunset girls. I coach them on public speaking, some of them. I literally teach people how to use your voice, how to grow, how to engage with people, how to have a conversation in the street that's different. And it's interesting that you pick up on it, but I do it so innately. It's natural to me that I would use my voice and go down after. That I would finish a sentence and finish it in a way that you're listening to, right?
It is something that most people don't do that. Even people at your level don't do that. And they're just pushing, and it's a lot of it's men that aren't in touch with that side of them.
Yes.
To be very aware of the cadence of your voice.
Yes.
And we move at such light speed with our phones all the time, and you got to rush, and all this other shit going on, that you get more done and convey a better message when you slow down.
Yes.
When you slow down the cadence of your voice. When you end an important point or an emotional topic that you feel so strongly about, and you slow down at the very end to add such emphasis, Natasha, on what you're talking about. Instead of this, which guys will do that all the time. And I watch it. I'll go to like events or out to dinner with guys and you're like, what the fuck are you guys doing? This is exhausting.
And it's so many of the same voices over and over and over. I know that's why women are so important in a masculine world, because I often speak on stages with like, I've spoken to Eric Thomas, Gary Vee, Tony Robbins. I mean, the list is amazing of the people that I've been alongside in different arenas and online. And what's fascinating is that it's mostly men in this field. And that's why I really decided I needed to get my voice out there. I needed to share with the world who I am and why I'm doing it. So I can give permission to somebody else, whoever they are, to be able to go and do the same in their world. I give you permission every day. Most people work out to my motivational speeches on YouTube. They work out to some things I speak about, my speeches, my podcast, because they're so pumped. They spring clean their house. They've never done it. They're like so active. They want to go and build a multi-million-dollar business that day when they hear my voice, because they're so inspired. So I go up there on stage with all these men and I'm the only female, and I come through and I just break it down. That energy of the masculinity, and I bring in the femininity, but the divine female. But I'm so masculine in my way. Like I'm alpha as fuck. Like I couldn't be with a man who was like feminine in any way.
Oh God, no.
He needs to have feminine in his heart, but masculine as fuck. Because I am so alpha. Like every dude that I date, I will eat you for dinner, bitch. Like literally be a man. Yeah. Like hold me down, be a man,
I learned that when I started dating, that because I got out of a relationship. I was married for 13 years, divorced. We get along great, co-parent great. But I learned, it took me about 6 months to find out that my type is a woman who is very strong. She's successful. She has to be on all the time with people that either work with her, under her, or in her environment. That her clientele is, she's got to be alpha all the time. But then when she's with me, I'm the alpha.
She's the beta.
She's the beta.
That's how it works. You're right. Two alphas together. The only way two alphas together, I think I'm beginning to see this and realize, is if you as the woman, right? And we use that term loosely, like whatever that means to you.
Correct.
Becomes more beta to the man or whatever that means to you in the household. So like I feel me as a woman, I'm like, okay, if I'm around a guy and I'm still really like this in the house, it's going to be too much. So I have to learn to like, baby, what's up? Like, what can I, how can I make you my king so I can be your queen? But at the same time, motherfucker, I'm going to tell you what's up when I need to. But most of the time, like, I'm your woman.
I just got out of a relationship and I still love and adore her, but it was long distance. She's in Tampa. I'm here. Still, we talk all the time, but we had something that she's a nurse. So she's critical care. Like she's taking care of people that are intubated.
Wow.
She's taking care of people that are coma. Like when people go to her hospital, they usually don't leave.
Wow.
Or if they do, it's because they've passed away. And when she's with me, all that goes away.
Wow.
And she's from Georgia, from the South. So she would cook. Like she hot and could cook. That's my love language is if you know how to cook.
God, I love that.
You've got me.
Is she Caribbean?
No. She's a redhead.
No way.
Yeah. Redhead.
I was getting this description of like this
5'9",
amazing
redhead,
cook.
Gorgeous, thigh gap,
Wow.
gorgeous. And the best part was our first date was at her house. She made me dinner.
I love that. That's so, and I love the thigh gap.
Oh.
It's called the diamond, darling. It's
is it a diamond? Is that what it is?
If we have the thigh gap between our legs, it's a diamond, and it's like,
Done.
yeah,
Done.
women can learn to stand in it and learn to create it, even if they don't have it. You just have to stand and kind of part as if you're pushing your hips out to the side. Pull your hips apart, pose, stick your butt out slightly, and the diamond appears. Yeah,
That is probably the most impressive thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
thank you.
Because I'm a thigh gap guy.
I can tell you've mentioned it 3 times.
That's my thing. I'm like, oh, holy shit balls. And with her, this is what got me. She made this amazing dinner.
Wow.
And then for dessert, I go, hey, I'm going to run to Publix. It's a really good grocery store in Florida. And they have good chewy chocolate chip cookies. I'm a chocolate chip cookie guy.
Me too.
I
saw them in my box from you.
They're wonderful.
So excited.
And I go, I'll go to Publix and get us some cookies. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make them right now. She had a recipe memorized to make chocolate chip cookies from scratch. From scratch.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about a deal that closed me right there.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
Oh, that's me. I'm actually a cookie girl. So like the fact that you I know guys that make me cookies and bake for me. I'm like, oh my God, this is a done deal.
Yeah, let's go.
I get it. You're
Let's
the same.
go.
So that's so funny. So I don't have time to cook, right? At all. I have a chef who looks after me and my son. And then we meal prep in the remaining days or I'm traveling. And I'm like, if I can cook, I will. And I'll do it for a man I love. I'll be like, if I really fucking like you, I'm going to cook for you one of my 10 dishes. Probably more like 7 amazing and 3, I don't really know what the fuck goes on. To be fucking honest.
7 are great. 3 are like, meh, but I'll talk it up to make it. It's the best mac and cheese ever, motherfucker. Trust me.
Yeah, it's like, trust me. And don't worry about the burnt toast. Like, just don't worry about those 3. The 7
Scrape
are fucking
off
worth
the burnt
it. Yeah.
part of the toast.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I've done that before, 100%. We've all been there. So the 7 are really good. So I'll do like a salmon and like a soy and honey and butter, like sauce together. It's like sweet, with garlic. It's like sweet and sour all together. It's unreal. And I like bake it. I guess you like steam it. I put it inside like the foil and I put it in the oven. And then I'm British, so I do the most amazing roast chicken. And underneath it, all the vegetables. And you stick that motherfucker on the juice, on the vegetables, and it cooks with all the juice. Then we do a gravy. So I've got so many these dishes I do, they take me hours. But best believe if I'm doing it, like you're going to love it. You're going to appreciate it. But I will only cook for somebody I truly love. Because it's just the rest of the time I'm so busy.
You're so busy, but it's to slow down. To me, it is the most ultimate act of intimacy.
Well, hang on, it's love languages. Do you know your love language?
Yeah.
I know yours already. It's words of affirmation. 100% without a doubt, yours is words of affirmation.
Yeah.
What's your second?
Physical touch.
Yeah, beautiful.
Raised by Roman Catholic Italians in upstate New York.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to see my dad in 2 weeks for 8 days. I'm flying over and I have friends, like one of my best friends owns an Italian deli.
Well, I'm part Italian.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. All I did was Italian girls growing up, sister. I know. I got you.
I did Italian girls.
I
can
know.
tell.
But when I go see John Grosso, he's like my brother. I hug him. We kiss on the cheek. In the ultimate act of male, just to bond with somebody, to have that physical touch with a man in a heterosexual way. Nothing wrong with if it's homosexual, but that's just, I don't play in that field. And to say, I love you. I appreciate you. You're my brother. And I do the same thing I have platonic relationships with several women. I grew up in the restaurant business.
Wow.
So servers, sous chefs, a lot of women are like front of the house in restaurants.
Yeah.
I grew up as an only child with 40 sisters.
Wow.
And so to have that, like to me, for me to cook for somebody or for someone to cook for me, or if we've been dating for a while and you're in the kitchen wearing one of my like Metallica t-shirts and that's it, and you're making breakfast.
I know, I love it. I wear the fucking Metallica t-shirt and I put my boots on with it. Yeah, like sleek, like over the knee or cool boots. Yeah. Like I love that shit. I show up. People are like, you wearing panties? I'm like, wouldn't you like to know? I fucking love that vibe. Like a big baggy t-shirt with like boots. Outfits are no different to confidence. Whatever we put on, it makes us feel amazing. I wear this and I feel $1 million. Yeah. I'm wearing my blue look because blue is a beautiful, trusting color. It's really inviting. I love to wear big things, you know? I love to wear things which are like out there because it makes me feel good.
When you go to the beach with your son, how do you dress then?
Oh, I dress down like so under the radar. My hair's all out or tied up in a top knot, like, or a cap, and then a little baseball hat, and then I'll wear like my little yoga kit, and that's it. I'm so under the radar on the beach. Because your focus is on your son. Yeah. And not on, you're not Natasha. There we go. So mom. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. So I don't, yeah, you're right. When I'm out with my son, I just, and that, I knew the answer. But as soon as you said, like, you will go off into the beach with your son. And the first thing I thought is, I wonder what she wears. And I knew that because you have such great balance and such great self-awareness to say, no, I'm now investing my time with my son because I'm going to blink and he's going to be off to school and off and doing stuff in a career and all that. And so these seconds are precious. Absolutely. As a parent. And some of my most viral videos is when I talk about how I parent, that I do not coddle my kids. The one thing I say, the 3 words I say most to my kids isn't I love you, it's figure it out. The easiest thing to do is to do something for one of your children or to let them not fail. But the best thing you can do is let them do it for themselves and to let them fail. And to be there for them when they fail. Beautiful. To help them to say, it's okay. The great story I have is my son's going to be 8 next week or next month. He cooks. He does bacon, pancakes. What? You could ever want to look at, I've got videos I posted of Jack, and my daughter's 14. She's an assassin in the kitchen. I'm teaching both my kids, you need to know how to cook. Wow. Life skill. I have them when we go to the store, we go to the supermarket. I have Jack, I give him my credit card. He knows how to scan the items. Put the credit card in. Are you kidding? This is amazing. Put the credit card in, put my phone number in to get my points at that store, and how to pay and take the receipt. Life skills. Yeah, wow, that's beautiful. You know, my son, I drive an electric car now, but when I had a gas car, we'd go to the gas station. My son knows how to pump gas. Wow. At 6, 7 years old. And I am a firm believer that if you don't teach your kids growth mindset, and you have a very limited amount of time to do that, what's going to happen to them in the workplace? What's going to happen to them that try to grow? They're going to be doubting themselves more than exploring and trying to fail. When you preach to your children that failure is an acceptable, required part of growing, you've won. So true. You've won as a parent. And that's, so for you to take the time to say, I'm not going to get all dressed up. I'm going to, do a top knot and dress down and wear my yoga kit and go to the beach with my son. Well, you know what success is? Success is just a series of failures until something won. What is your biggest success right now? Helping people in the way that I do. Changing lives, saving lives. Helping people to transform. Helping people to grow. My biggest success is the impact I'm making in the world and the school that I built. That for me, I would say is the biggest part of what I do. I love that you built a school because that is something that will go on. In Guatemala. Yeah, honey, in a third world that needed it. That is just to think of the thousands of lives you're going to touch, and not just the kids that are going, but the parents, the people that are now like businesses that are flourishing because there's a higher traffic count going in front of a certain area. So they open up a store to give food or drinks or whatever to kids going back, and like little things. Like I'm a big believer of just businesses and just systems. I'm a big systems guy with AI and all that. I'm a big systems guy and analyzing and auditing things, but not just systems of business, but systems of a person. And I look at it that way to say, what's your system? What do you have?
How are you deploying not content on social media, but how are you deploying kindness on a daily basis?
Absolutely.
What are you doing? I can't thank you enough for coming in.
Thank you so much.
This has been just like a warm blanket.
I know, it's been beautiful.
On a cool
I
morning
loved it.
is you. And I think that this is the beginning of some wonderful stuff between us.
I do. I'm excited to collaborate. Thank you so much for having me. I hope everybody's enjoyed today.
And I think that for everyone, and you'll be tagged and added as a collaborator on everything that goes out. My guys do that, or I do that. Also, what you'll be getting is Ozzy, all the B-roll. I'll share that with you or whomever, that then you've got a ton of B-roll to go ahead and use
Beautiful.
for content as well.
Amazing.
And I give that to you as a present, and also just to say thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you for having me.